President Assad issues a presidential resolution to form a committee to preserve and repair the Grand Umayyad Mosque in Aleppo. And units of the Syrian Arab Armed Forces deal heavy blows to terrorists in several areas, killing dozens of them and destroying their weapons. Lavrov calls upon the Western countries in Luxembourg to adhere to the Geneva communique concerning Syria. Good afternoon, this is the news in English. The Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov called upon the Western countries to apply the Geneva communique to solve the crisis in Syria. After his meeting with the EU Commissioner of Foreign Affairs Catherine Ashton in Luxembourg, together with the EU foreign ministers, Mr. Lavrov said, "We are fully convinced that the only way to avoid the increasing internationalization of the Syrian crisis is to follow the Geneva communique." President Bashar al-Assad issued the Presidential Resolution number 18 of 2012 concerning the formation of a committee to preserve and repair the Grand Umayyad Mosque in Aleppo, chaired by the Governor Wahid Aqad. The resolution provided that the repair works should be completed by the end of next year. The committee consists of 7 members. It's also authorized to seek the help and contributions of anybody capable of giving expertise to complete this mission. The armed terrorist groups try to desecrate the Aleppo Umayyad Mosque and turn it into their headquarters while they continue to shed the blood of innocent people in the city. However, our valiant armed forces purged the mosque of them and to return it to the honest people of Aleppo. A closer look in the following.
Again in Aleppo, the Syrian Arab Army units defeated an armed terrorist group which was trying to occupy the Umayyad Mosque. These are the ruins resulted by the terrorists' acts when they were inside this holy place. The terrorists blasted the famous hallway of the Umayyad Mosque in Aleppo by the firebombs, destroyed its doors, and inside burned the versions of the Holy Quran, as they burned every sacred thing there. In addition to the place that has the 3 hairs of Prophet Muhammad, the terrorists has stolen them.
In Aleppo, our armed forces continued to purge several areas and quarters from armed terrorist groups. They attacked 2 groups of them near the police station in the Bustan al-Qasr and near Al-Karama school, killing and wounding dozens of them. Other units carried out qualitative operations in Al-Milh quarter and behind Al-Hol Bazaar. Yet another unit attacked terrorists in Arab Stuma in the Aleppo countryside and destroyed 5 pickup trucks they were using, killing Riyad al-Sarhan, the Egyptian leader of a terrorist gang, and Azzuddin al-Masri and the Saudi sniper Khalil Abdul Aziz. In the countryside, a number of terrorists were killed in an explosion of a device they were preparing in Khan al-Asal. In Latakia countryside, an army unit foiled an infiltration attempt by an armed terrorist group which tried to control the area of Nabi Yunus. A number of terrorists were killed and others were wounded and arrested. In Damascus countryside, the engineering units defused a number of explosive devices planted by terrorist gangs along the streets leading to Al-Ashari farm in eastern Ghouta. In Hama, a unit of our armed forces killed 3 terrorists in a qualitative operation near Tell al-Milh crossroads in the area of Mhardi in the countryside. And in a related context, and in Homs and its countryside, the engineering units defused 2 explosive devices planted by a terrorist group, intending to detonate them by remote control near the crossroads of Smalil in Al-Hula area of the countryside. Finally, in Deir ez-Zor, a unit of our valiant armed forces destroyed 3 vehicles carrying machine guns and killed the mercenary terrorists in those vehicles. In Al-Husayniyah, another unit killed several terrorists on the suspended bridge in the city. The French writer Jeremy Sam wrote an article in the website Syria Now about the double war waged against Syria by NATO. He asserted that NATO sent groups of extremists to Syria in order to disrupt its security and stability and to create destruction. NATO was also pleased to see those terrorists being destroyed by the Syrian Arab Army. The writer added that the West has lost its wager to bring Syria down. However, it succeeded in smuggling the Wahhabi groups into Syria. The West left the Gulf countries with their loss and defeat after having spent a great deal of money. Turkey was the greatest loser in this war. The writer asserted that the existence of the fingers of Western intelligence in Syria. He asserted that the British and French agents who were killed in Syria carried advanced means of communication supplied by Britain and France. As the Ministry of Interior continued its efforts to protect the Syrian citizens and the security of their homeland, the Minister of Interior General Muhammad Ashar received the officers and called upon them to remain always ready and vigilant to confront the armed terrorists who commit crimes of murder and sabotage. He also called for consolidating confidence between citizens and policemen. The minister stressed the importance of the role of the police in consolidating stability and preserving security through getting rid of terrorists who try to spread panic and destruction. Within the process of coordination between the Ministry of Justice and the Governorate of Damascus countryside, the Minister of Justice, Dr. Najmuddin Al-Hamad, stressed the importance of cooperation to ensure the requirements of infrastructure and to find suitable locations to build palaces of justice to enable citizens to gain their rights as soon as possible. The mayor of Damascus countryside, Hussein Makhlouf, asserted that the governorate continued its serious efforts in this field. Bab Sharqi in Old Damascus is much like an open exhibition of art where beautiful paintings and sculptures tell the story of ancient civilization in the country.
Syria is a leading country in the field of plastic arts. It was able to enjoy a high prestige among Arab and foreign countries in this domain through the annual gatherings that it had been hosting. In the ancient Bab Sharqi of Damascus, there are many galleries that hosted magnificent paintings and sculptures which were created by Syrian artists. They included engravings on wood, stone, copper and bronze.
This place belonged to my father before. I do this work before 10 years up till now. Try to do something different from what happened in the market, especially in the old city. The work explain about the art in Syria. This make something very important to tourism and culture in Syria.
As for wood sculptures, the material used is the olive wood or the oak one. But as for stones, the basalt or granite are the most favorite. On the other side of Bab Sharqi, there is another kind of creativity by the artist Ghazi Ana, who prefers to work on marble.
As a sculptor, my favorite material is marble, especially when Syria has provided a good opportunity for the artists who dream of using this material, but they couldn't because it is very expensive.
Walking around this area of Old Damascus is much like wandering through an open exhibition of art, where each corner tells you the story of the rich culture of Syria.
And with art and Old Damascus, we end our news for today. For more information, you can visit our website in English, www.syriaonline.sy. But now stay with us. After the break, Denise has the latest in economy.